Square. It's a beautiful sight tonight, and right off of the bat, I want to be sure and welcome. A lot of us anticipate the arrival each year of Saint Nick to Glasgow and Barron County, but also we equally anticipate the arrival of Amy Bingham to come and help out with the community Christmas parade telecast and radio.
I don't
broadcast.
rate with Santa, I don't
but
think.
you know, it's a
Thank
tradition.
you.
You're here, and we're glad to have you here, Amy.
A 12-year tradition.
12 years. So you kind of know this haunt, and we've been talking before we went on the air here tonight about the various people. You've seen a familiar face or two. You got to think who it is.
From year to year, but everybody's so nice. This is wonderful. I love doing this parade.
You kind of get to be a regular here.
I just had to take my gloves off so I can turn my pages because you all are so organized and we know what we're talking about most of the time.
Sheila Hogue with the Glasgow Electric Plant Board has done a fabulous job of putting
Cheers
together.
to Sheila for the hot chocolate.
I believe that's going to stay nice and hot for you for the entire length of the parade, which is about 200 or so units, we understand, Amy. And we're hearing the drums of the lead band make the turn down at the corner of Columbia Avenue and the North Public Square. And we are just about to get ready with the parade. And I know you're excited about being here tonight. And I know you brought your young daughter Brooke with you, and she's right down there going to give you her eye view of the parade probably right after our broadcast.
She's got her letter to Santa ready too. She's ready to grab those postal workers. She remembers that from last year.
Well, it's kind of like a direct route to the old Saint Nick.
Oh, and it's getting crunch time. He'll be here in just a little over 2 weeks, I think. So
the Glasgow Police Department, we have a very fine police department to be proud of here in Glasgow, Kentucky. Chief Ronnie Harris and all of the various members of the police department do a fine job of protecting and serving us, and we're very proud of them. And with blue lights, they're bringing forth the parade with an official star here tonight.
That's right.
And right behind them, the color guard from the Kentucky State Police.
That's right. And they're followed by the Glasgow Scotty Band under the direction of Greg Stepp. This band is 78 members strong. Assistant directors are Stephen Keys and Ricky Mudd, and the field commander is Gabby Hayes.
And they've done a great job this year in the competition season. The band's most recent awards include Grand Champion of the Logan County and Franklin Simpson Band Contest. Also, they have consistently received distinguished awards at regional and state marching and concert festivals. And they have carried the goodwill of Glasgow and Barron County throughout this great land over a great number of years. The tradition of the Glasgow Scotty Band leading off the parade here tonight. There's Ricky Mudd.
They have such great uniforms, too. I love their uniforms.
They've just are wrapping up a successful holiday fruit sale as well.
Great. They're a wonderful band, and of course they're followed by the Glasgow Scotty Band pit crew, which is very important. The parents,
yes,
they play a big part in the band.
They do all the grunt work,
That's right, all the
goes.
equipment on and off the field for the performances, and they just want to thank everyone and wish happy holidays and thank everyone for all their support.
In the pit is Tim London, Mike Saltzman, Jackie Perkins, David Pettigo, Brad Alexander, and Billy Bishop in the pit as well. It's Grand Marshal time. Or is that the pit? Oh, that's Billy Bishop right there. Well, I was a little bit ahead of him there, Amy.
Okay.
That's the pit crew right there.
This is the ones you were just naming.
That's right.
But it is Grand Marshal time. Because the Glasgow Scotties have ushered in Doug Stone for us tonight. And
thank you, Brad. Thank you. Boy, they're going to have to slow that down a little bit. We've got to watch for this candy's coming in.
That's right.
Here we have the Grand Marshal, Doug Stone. He's got his Santa hat on right there.
He's having a great time, it looks like. He's always eager to come to South Central Kentucky for all of our events.
I'm really glad they have Doug as the Grand Marshal. Doug has done so many great country songs. He does the epitome of good country songs.
In a Different Light is my favorite.
I like the one that says, I'd be better off in a pine box on a slow train back to Georgia.
That's a good one. Now he's followed by Chamber President Tommy Jackson, you saw in the white car.
Tommy's done a fabulous job as president of the Chamber this year. His year about to come to an end as we'll have the banquet in January.
And the president-elect, Jenny Wilson, was behind him.
Jenny Wilson knows so much about Christmas parades because for a number of years she has been the chairman of this parade, and now she's fixing to have all the marbles and running the chamber for next year.
That's great. And there you just saw going out of frame Daryl Pickett, the Glasgow mayor, along with his wife Connie.
That's right.
There they are. We're picking that up again, and
hey, Daryl.
he's always so cooperative with us.
He's doing an excellent job as mayor here in the city of Glasgow, and we're certainly proud of Darrell. And coming after spending so many wonderful years in the police department, and he knows a lot about this parade from a lot of different perspectives.
Absolutely.
That was a lot of our city firemen on foot in front of the fire department, which is coming up next.
All right. It says this is the first fire truck, and it's the largest owned by the Glasgow Fire Department, equipped with a 75-foot ladder. And as you said, Glasgow City Council members, along with Sparky the fire dog, fire prevention dog, are riding along with them tonight.
All, or most of all, the council members are up there on that fire truck having a really fine time.
We always get pelted right here, you know that?
I think being in the parade brings out the kid in everybody.
I think so. They're so into it.
I believe that this next particular unit coming through here is going to be the Barron
County Fiscal Court. That's right.
In one of our, what probably could be used in a dangerously not too long distance from now, assault truck.
They're talking about this week, right?
Right. And there's County Judge Executive David Greer right up there in the front, and a lot of the magistrates there in the back right there, a lot of the squires from the court, and a shiny truck there with our county fiscal court members in there throwing out lots of candy. I was dodging one.
The truck looks good. Here we have State Senator Richie Sanders, and he's in a car provided by Goodman Automotive.
Richie is certainly has been good to Glasgow and Barron County. He's a native of Evanston County, but he spends a lot of time here and certainly represents us well in the Senate in Frankfort.
Certainly does. Certainly does. Always very helpful. We have a great float coming in, number 12, Frosty Heights. This is sponsored by the Glasgow Recreation Department.
And it's
Frosty the Snowman.
I really like the theme of that, with the theme of the parade being, holidays in the Highlands, and to have the Frosty Heights theme of this float. That's a really neat idea that the Rec Department came up with.
It says he's discarded his silk hat and traded it for Highland attire. We have Thelma Kingery as Frosty, joined by Debbie, Steve, and Jacob Jones, Paula, Hannah, Will, and Andrew Carroll, Gary, Julie, and Patrick Atkins, Eddie Furlong, Brandy Morgan, Jason and Sandy Decker, Andrew Isaac, and Tara.
And a nice little Frosty night for Frosty to be out, you think? Up next, the Barron County Clerk's Office is represented in our parade. They're wishing everybody a Merry Christmas, including Pam Hodges Browning, who is our county court clerk, and her deputies Michelle Smith, Diane Harrison, Debbie Lowe, Connie Bewley, Linda Davis, Anna Meadows, Natalie Holland, Glenna Jo Bacon, Robin Frazier, Joanne London, and Kay Sewell, all wrapped up, and they look pretty cozy on that float there.
They
Amy.
look like they're having a great time. Great time.
Next, we have this is the Glasgow Fire Department. This is Granny. Granny, I guess, got a little bit further behind there. I remember when I was a kid, you'd go to the fire department every year on the tour and get to step on that truck.
Old Granny looks like a granny, doesn't it?
Granny's still running.
Next, we have Barron County PVA office. Brad Bailey and his staff wish best wishes to everyone throughout the holiday season.
Shirley Arterburn, Kevin Coomer, Charlotte Farrell, Maureen Foster, Roberta Jarrell, Sharon McInnes, William Myatt, and Eric Williams with the PVA's office there, Amy. That's Miss Marie right there. She got her own car there.
She got her separate vehicle.
That's right. She's a very fine lady. All right, here we have the Kentucky National Guard.
Yes, it is.
The next two units are from the National Guard. This one is really decorated up. Remember our troops, and of course we have remembered our troops not just at holiday time, but the 623rd being very active, involved in the activities in Iraq, and certainly we're proud of everything they've been involved with, and we have a lot of this community is full of remember our troops signs.
Absolutely.
Which is for the 623rd.
And the sacrifices they make are unbelievable. And this time of year, your heart really goes out to the ones who have family overseas and hoping that they're going to get home safely and soon.
And a number of our guardsmen are also working the parade route tonight, helping keep youngins away from the vehicles and things of that nature too.
Absolutely.
So they're kind of we're proud of them for sure.
For sure. Next, we have Commonwealth Attorney's Office. Of course, Karen Davis and her staff, and they're riding through. And Karen's always making an appearance in the parade, as she enjoys doing.
Says she's got a vehicle here provided by Goodman Automotive. Her staff's riding with her as well. Now we have a whole bunch of constables coming through here with more blue lights, Amy.
More blue lights indeed. They are The constables of Barron County, including Buddy Houchins, District 7, James Terry, District 5, Tommy Firkins, District 1, Anthony Young, District 2, Steve Jolly, District 6, and Wayne Morgan from District 4. A big thank you to the Barron County Constables.
We're fixing to change divisions. Our first division is our Scout division, and we have a first place entry coming here as the very first unit, and also the winner of the Jim Moody Award. This is entitled Around the Blazing Yule Log. According to ancient Scottish legend, it's bad luck to let the fire go out on a blazing Yule log on Christmas Eve. Only a good roaring fire would prevent mischievous elves from performing all sorts of mayhem upon the unlit Scottish household. This unit is sponsored by the parents of the Girl Scouts Troop 79 and D&L Tools. The 15 Girl Scouts on the unit are Eliza Albany, Hannah Bird, Tierra Bush, Kara Coomer, Amy Cross, Felicia Fisher, Jenna Garst, Ashton Gosnell, Caitlin Green, Megan McGurk, Randy Norris, Kelsey Shaw, Lindsay Short, Brittany Smith, and Taylor Staples. Little Amazing Grace on the old bagpipes there,
Oh,
Amy.
yeah. Congratulations to them for not only first place in the division, but the Jim Moody Award.
Which is for the best use of music in a float. And that's a really neat award indeed.
Now we're looking at the Knights of Christmas. This unit is sponsored by Cub Scouts Pack number 463. Walking behind the unit are Cub Scouts Jacob Adams, Dalton Cornwall, Ronnie Vinson, Dakota Vinson, Seth Taylor, and Chase Taylor. Very nice work on that float as well. Tonight,
the weather is perfect. We see several folks wrapped up with blankets. The wind has laid, and the precipitation has stopped. We just had what is exactly a perfect evening.
It worked out really well. It sure did. Now, this is a band I saw earlier today in the Munfordville Parade. This is the Hart County High School Band. The Marching Raiders, under the direction of Ed Johnson, have 80 members ranging in age from 8th graders to 12th graders. They finished 6th at the Bands of America Finals and has been a KMEA semifinalist for the past 10 years.
They received distinguished ratings at the KMEA Concert Band Festival in Atlanta last spring and first overall for the Concert Band Festival at the Six Flags over Atlanta competition with a distinguished rating. These young ladies and young gentlemen work very hard all throughout the year at band camp and long hot afternoons in the summertime preparing. And I believe we're going to get us a little holiday tune.
I think so.
Amy, one of the beautiful parts about the night parade is the unique and creative uses for lights. Did you notice the field commanders directing with little colored lights on their arms?
Draped around.
And the saxophones all have colored lights, and there's one saxophone with some candy canes and red lights.
Obviously battery operated. huh?
Yes, indeed. The bass drum there with a big bunch of lights as well. Certainly very creative use of lights here. And
That
we
was
enjoyed music.
fantastic.
We
Yes.
don't get music every year at this point.
No,
That was nice indeed.
That was a nice performance indeed. Next, we have our third place winner in this category, the Scout Division. This is Girl Scout Troop number 1538, and this is a newly formed Red Cross Elementary Junior Scout Troop. Leaders are Melissa Metter and Denise Lambert.
Walking behind the unit are going to be Miranda Kraft and Denise Lambert, Amy Riddle, Chrissy Cross, Tori Clarkson, Tori Eaton, Jean Kelly, Chelsea Stinson, Mackenzie Garrett, and Michaela Glass. And those ladies are having a good time in the parade tonight.
Yes, indeed. I'm sure they enjoyed the performance. It's
Yes,
good to
they
be
did.
behind the band as well.
Next we have, let's see, this is going to be the Christmas in the Highlands float. It's sponsored by the parents of Brownie Troop number 442. It is a scene of a hillside in the Highlands. There are sheep portrayed by the girls, 2 shepherds, and a dad dressed as a Scotsman with bagpipes. How about that?
How about that?
Participants include Haley Edwards, Elisa Spann, Olivia Marsh, Sarah Jarvis, Jessica McCorkle, Jennifer Willis. Also, we have, Kelsey Sturgeon, Kelly Anderson, Brianna Buford, Courtney Kidd, Brianna Crumpton, Kayla Hall, Emily Wheat, Chabas McCandless, Katie Hampton, and Samantha Randolph. Christmas in the Highlands from troop number 442.
And there you see Daisies for Christmas. This is Girl Scout Troop 1732, and they are actually a second place winner in this division. It's a local Girl Scout troop here to share the joys of Christmas, and we appreciate that.
Beth Kitchens and Clara Kettle are the co-leaders of those groups of young ladies. This is going to be number 25, is it? Which is a brownie holiday. Look at that big old Cadillac with those brownies in there.
That's a long stretch Cadillac.
That's a 69 Cadillac. Back when it didn't matter how many miles a gallon you got because gas was pretty cheap.
Was cheaper, yeah.
Troop 327 made up of first and second graders from South Green. Troop leaders are Melanie Watson and Kim Ritter. In celebrating the true meaning of Christmas, these brownies remind us that the important part of the Girl Scout promise is to help people at all times. Troop number 327.
Now we're looking at entry number 26 tonight. This is the Austin Tracy Girl Scout Troop number 896, and they're also a brand new troop just starting this year.
Scouting is flourishing here.
It is. Scouting is a big deal. It's Pat Bragg, Bobby Bragg, David Bragg, Kristen Stinnett, Kelsey Stinnett, Autumn Bragg, Kinsey Arterburn, Molly Williams, Christy Williams, Karen Wheeler, Cara Beth Wheeler, Annie Elmore, Jessa Pointer, Lee and Hannah Wright, Kaylee Disman, and Steffi Gosnell. This unit is sponsored by Bragg's Electric and Septic.
Troop
They're
number
all bundled in
896.
there, warm and toasty.
Oh,
it
they
looks
are.
like.
No heat on in that little caddy. Just a lot of good cheer. And these girls will remember this experience for a lifetime.
Oh, yes.
It'll take them a while to unwind, and it will take them a while to have a lot of fun kind of rehashing the various things they saw and who they threw candy to and all of that.
I'm sure they look forward to this every year. This Glasgow parade is such a well-attended and big deal parade. It's great.
I was going out to the high school about 3 o'clock this afternoon, and the streets were already lined. People were already sitting in their
Already
cars.
waiting for the show.
The Caverna High School Band is coming next, Amy. This is the band of 30 members directed by Mr. Robbie Fudge. The Caverna Colonel Band Field Commander is Amanda Dick, and Auxiliary Captain is Lauren Graham. Now, most recently, the Caverna Band has won first place, Best Color Guard, and Best Percussion at both the Butler County Band Competition and the Taylor County Band Competition, in addition to receiving a distinguished rating at the 2003 KMEA. They are 30 strong and sounding strong tonight. The
Sounds
Caverna
wonderful.
High School Marching Band. Nice job. Caverna Marching Band here.
If this doesn't get you in the Christmas spirit, I don't know what will. All this great Christmas music.
Absolutely, a perfect night for it. We are changing into the small business category. A lot of nice floats and a lot of nice entries here into the small business category. This is the biggest category, I think, in the parade. And the first unit in small business is the Building Christmas Dreams, a unit sponsored by LOP Concrete Forming. The staff at LOP Concrete Forming want to wish you a happy holiday. They say we at LOP Concrete Forming know what it's like spending Christmas at home with family and friends, and we know what it means to have a home of your dreams. We like the fact that we are the first ones on the job in building people's dreams. So we wish everyone Merry Christmas, and we hope that we can be a part of building your Christmas dreams. From everybody, the staff at LOP Concrete Forming, people like Marla London, Stephen Overfelt, Christy Overfelt, Alex Pennington, Nick Pennington, Austin Pennington, Samantha Perry, and Blake Steele.
Looks
Nice
like
float
they put
indeed.
quite a bit of work into this float.
That's right.
There's a lot of detail to it.
They had some rebar handy, looks like, too, there.
They had all the tools that they needed
That's
on
right.
hand. Very nice with the floodlights and spotlights. Next, we have Ed Sanitation Services. Owner Ed Duval is making the following statement. He says, I wish you a very special holiday season and a coming new year. And he says, thanks to the TV and radio media and Glasgow County Chamber of Commerce. And he says, for us all to remember our military and their families. Riding on this unit are Ed Duval and his family.
Nice garland greenery there. And
Very
an American
nice.
flag on the back as well. Seen
And-
a lot of patriotic scenes built into units so far this year, Amy.
Very much so. There's a familiar face, Ronald McDonald.
That's right.
Kids around here probably have eaten some McDonald's today, and the hustle and bustle of all these parades and shopping.
Locally, McDonald's is owned by Tom Burrell and managed by Steve Goodson. Your McDonald's in Glasgow would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone and wish you a very joyous, happy holiday, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. We have a first place float coming in front of us right now in the business division.
Okay, Holiday in the Highlands, sponsored by Jackson Logging. Christmas is celebrated in all parts of the world, but all came together to celebrate the birth of the baby Jesus. Riding on this float are 14 Jackson family members.
My goodness, they are bringing it all home with the family togetherness on the float. Did I say first? That's
Okay.
third place. Okay, they came in third place.
I checked their poster and it says
Okay.
third, so congratulations to them.
You know anybody involved with this next float right here, do you?
The Goober Cruiser, yeah, this is WGGC 95.1 in Bowling Green. It's a 100,000 watt country leader. Their signal covers 6,300 square miles in Kentucky and Tennessee, and of course is the home to the UK Wildcats. And tonight, this unit is being driven by JT Beaumont, who is a co-worker of my husband, Jim DeCesare, who's scooted out of this year's parade. He was in Bowling Greens this morning, but he got out of, I guess they figure in that Goober Cruiser, you can't tell who all's in there anyway.
Yeah.
So they're just sending a driver this year.
So they sent that JT drive. Well, that was
Let
nice of them.
JT, that's right. Thanks to JT for driving.
All right, next we have, Shirley Wilson's Janitorial and Cleaning Service, sponsored by Shirley Wilson. Shirley, I would like to thank you for your tremendous support throughout the year and wish you a great season. In the unit are Ricky Wilson, Shirley Wilson, Sandra Moore, also Whitney Wood, Crystal Morgan, and Michelle Houchins. And we have 2 units from Bunch Trucking Incorporated here, Amy.
That's right. A really neat float, or whatever you call this, inflatable.
big truck.
Yeah, that's neat. This is sponsored by Bobby Bunch, Bunch Trucking Incorporated. It's a family-owned and operated business by Bobby and Thelma Bunch. Now you're seeing the second unit with an inflatable snowman. So they want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. The drivers are Bobby Bunch, of course, and in the second unit, Roger Richardson, Michelle Richardson, and Hunter Richardson.
Had the toy soldier in the first big truck and the snowman in the second big truck.
That's-
a lot of
that's
lights on
right.
those, a lot of area to cover with lights on those big
A
old
lot,
trucks, too.
a lot.
Next we have, this is listed as special characters on our float here, sponsored by the Glasgow County Chamber of Commerce.
Sometimes the special characters are just walking around.
That's right.
You have to,
Sometimes
have
the
to
special
keep your eyes
characters have to be
peeled.
looking for them. They could be sneaking up on us.
Uh-huh. That vehicle, though, is provided by Goodman's Automotive, and they're followed by Holiday in the Highlands, a tradition at Christmas, sponsored by Baptist Homes Assisted Living.
Bring home the Scottish tradition and hear the Scottish Christmas. Enjoy the music. Play as you gaze at the castle nestled among the Scottish pines. Decorated of holly, mistletoe, and tartan ribbons, along with the Yule log bonfire, which are traditional in Scotland at Christmas. Holiday in the Highlands, unit number 37. from Baptist Homes.
We're up to entry number 39 in this parade. It's about 200 strong just about every year. While we have a minute, we'd like to thank Herbert and Pack, Green River Rentals, and Glasgow Flower Shop for all their contributions tonight. And as you mentioned, every year there's a different theme for this parade. This year it's Holidays in the Highlands.
That's right. And the young lady who you will meet at the end of the parade, her name is Megan Taylor. She is the young lady who came up with that theme, and she gets to ride with the jolly old elf himself.
Very
right at the
coveted
end.
spot.
That's
Very
right.
coveted. There we see Domino's Pizza delivery going by. They're the experts, and we all have called them many times.
That's right. They claim, in Washington, you can kind of tell about the next national crisis based on the Domino's hotline.
This is their 43rd anniversary of delivering pizza across America. So they want you to make Domino's your family's choice and wish you happy holidays.
The Deer Valley Log Homes has a dog there with a couple of antlers on it hanging out the door. I think it's a cute shot right there.
That's cute, yes.
Sponsored by Deer Valley Log Homes. Everyone on the float is clad in tartan plaid, including the reindeer decked out in their tartan scarves. Also, we have Heritage Family Chiropractic in Horse Cave here. Rhonda Underwood, chiropractor, wishing everybody a Merry Christmas.
Next we have Rent-A-Center. This unit is sponsored by the Rent-A-Center in Glasgow, located next to Kmart. They offer name brand merchandise from Berkline, Phillips, Whirlpool, and many others. They say be sure to ask about our parade specials, so don't forget to do that.
They've rented a big couch and put it on the back, and what a good way to watch the parade.
They were smart, yes.
That's right. Leftwich Surveying is our next particular unit, and I like the theme of this. Looking for Highland Low for Santa. You see, they've got the survey equipment on there, sponsored by Leftwich Land Surveying, owned by Joe Leftwich. They've been in existence for 13 years. Wishing everybody a happy holiday season. Riding on this unit are Ben and Katie Leftwich, Joe and Jill Leftwich, Emily and Nicholas, Charlie and Michelle England, Cole, Diane, and Gary Scott.
A very creative title. That's very, very well done.
Highland Low.
Next we have the Broadway Barbershop. It says, who's that man getting a haircut at Broadway Barbershop? Owned by Gary and Kathy Miner. Located in Cave City, Broadway Barbershop is open Monday through Saturday. Come see Kathy or Kenny for your family holiday haircuts. I don't see any hair hitting the ground, do you?
No, I don't.
Getting a cut?
Next, we have Star 100.7. This unit is sponsored by Commonwealth Broadcasting, the station that gives you Kid Craddock in the morning and the most hits and the most fun. Is the all-new Star 100.7. Riding on this unit are Tony, Rose, and Sam. Happy holidays from Star 100.7.
Now we're looking at Kelly Buford. This unit is sponsored by Precision Auto Sound, located at 110 East Water Street here in Glasgow. They specialize in car audio, video, and electronics. They also sell and install car alarms, remote keyless entry systems, and car starters. You saw Kelly Buford, Sylvia, Heaven Hunter, and Jasmine Buford.
That would be a great gift idea for Jim this year.
I think
he goes
so.
To work early, he can start his car before he gets out of the house.
That's
I have
true.
One of those. That's what I know about that.
I'll need to get that.
All right, we can hear some good thumps and thuds coming up through here from some mighty fine power equipment. This is unit number 53, which is Cedric Curd driving a car, sponsored by Precision Auto Sound. There's Cedric. Hey, Cedric. Doing a good job there tonight. Number 54 is Jason Buford.
I think Jeremy Clark scooted on by,
yes,
but he was at the leader of the pack of this bunch. But yeah, they're making some noise.
All of the Precision Auto Sound units join to wish you the best of holidays and a happy new year.
Now we're jumping to Santa's Summer Sleigh. This is interesting. Sponsored by Mark Miller Marine, featuring a 24-foot Bentley pontoon boat powered by a 90-horsepower Mercury 4-stroke outboard, carrying Santa and his elves in style on the water.
Riding on this unit are Bobby, Lori, Tristan, and Bailey Thurman, Ricky and Sherry Elmore, Jeff and Kathy Miller, Mark, Donita, and Tyler Wilson, Dustin Jones and Stephanie Morrison, Stephanie Morrison Jones, Derek Wilson, and Robin Turner. Having a big time and plenty of room to get comfortable on that big old Bentley.
That's a summer sleigh if I ever saw one.
No question about it.
There we see Jason Wright. He's driving a 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS, sponsored by Bacon, Copus, and Wright Body Shop Incorporated. Stephen Wright, Jason Wright, and Dale Copus want to extend everyone a Merry Christmas.
They do a fine job out there, and Jason's done a good job of restoring that old Chevelle, too. Next we have Bott's Plumbing and Sanitation. This is a unit sponsored by Jeff Potts of Bott's Plumbing and Sanitation, specializing in plumbing repairs and new construction, a commercial ditch witch service, and a complete line of sewer drain machines for both inside and outside problems. And the owner and employees of Bott's Plumbing and Sanitation wish everybody a very, very happy holiday season. It says here driving unit is Jeff Botts, but that's him sitting on the side.
Oh.
So I don't know who that is
somebody's
driving.
Behind the wheel.
I don't believe it's Hunter, because he's sitting right on the other side there.
They've got the porta potties on the back.
The whole thing, that's right. A nice big unit there.
Next, we're seeing Auto Glass Express, the locally owned and operated business. They say come see us for all your glass needs, and they want everyone to have a very Merry Christmas as well.
Now we have a second place unit coming through here. The second place award going to Clean Cut Lawn Service, sponsored by Clean Cut Lawn Service, owned and operated by Tommy Brummett and Ricky Lovell. You can contact Clean Cut for all your lawn care needs. Ricky's on the float, and so is Tommy and Cody Brummett and Tricia Lovell as well.
Wow, it's that second. I can't wait to see first.
Yeah,
That's a great job.
Very nice indeed. A lot of beautiful lights on that particular unit.
Here we go with Kids Daycare and Learning Center. They are located on Rogers Wells Boulevard here in Glasgow, owned by Gary and Diane Capps and directed by Diane Capps. The center has received a 2-star on the Stars for Kids Now program from the state of Kentucky. With the unit are Gary and Diane Capps and Ashley and Jenny Capps, Linda Elmore, McKaylee Cross, Stacy Elmore, Robin Corbin, and April London.
Nice float indeed for Kids Daycare and Learning Center. And next we have Crystal Restaurant. This is sponsored by Crystal. They just celebrated their third anniversary in business here in Glasgow and Barron County, and all the staff at Crystal wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. They got that pickup truck all snowed up there, and there's the little Crystal burger, the Crystal cheese.
That's cute. I've never seen the character of a Crystal burger before. There we are about to see Shorty's Pay Lake, sponsored by Josh Guerin, driven by Josh Guerin and his wife Savannah. This is a 1975 green. Am I on the right one?
You are. That's
okay.
Right. There it is. Shorty's
Green
Pay Lake.
GMC Sierra, providing music for our enjoyment and decorated with beautiful clear lights and silver garland. Josh, Savannah, and Angie want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Shorty's Pay Lake.
The old St. Nick himself is on there. Next we have, let's see, Oldies 105.3 WOVO, sponsored by Commonwealth Broadcasting, Southern Kentucky's only home for all oldies all the time. Happy holidays from Oldies 105.3. Riding in the unit are radio personalities Jay Turner in the morning and Kelly Midday McKay, having a big time, cranking out the oldies and throwing out the candy.
They were with us in Munfordville today too, so a lot of people make the rounds on these first few Saturdays in December. Now we're looking at dressing up for the holidays in the Highlands. This is Annabelle's Consignment Shop, sponsored by Sandra Vernon and staff. They are located on Industrial Drive, still new in the community, but already has acquired many clients. They sell on a 50-50 commission and deal in all types of merchandise, from clothing to household items, and I see some of that on display.
Some of the consignment holiday items right there. Just kind of brought the store out for the parade, looks like.
It looks like, and that's a great advertisement.
We have a first place float coming up next, Amy. The small business first place winner, Christmas with Kids, sponsored by Mike's Cycle World, featuring a wagon pulled by a mule utility vehicle, which I'm sure is on a lot of Christmas wish lists itself.
Yes, sir.
The joy of Christmas season is brought to life in the eyes of a child. The warmth of a family gathering and the laughter and excitement of all, both young and old, are displayed on this unit. With Jason, Shane, Terry, John, Bethany, Caleb, Taylor, Sam, and Bradley, happy holidays from Mike's Cycle World. A lot of things on people's wish list contained on that one float right there.
A lot of effort went into this float. That's definitely a first place winner right there. That's excellent. They got a little guy up there too.
That's right.
He's probably happy as he can be.
Spent some time on that for sure, and
Yes.
it paid off with the first place award.
Yes, sir. Next we have B&D Home Improvement. They specialize in vinyl siding, windows, doors, guttering, remodeling, new additions, building garages, decks, porches, and patios. They also have a small custom cabinet shop. They say no job is too big or too small, and they want you to call for a free estimate. We have Brian, Christina, and Alexis Hamilton, and Danny and Kathy Slayton wishing you a happy holiday season from B&D Home Improvements.
And right after B&D comes the Barron County Adult Daycare. This parade is moving along at a good clip again
Yes,
tonight,
it
Andy,
is.
and
Yes,
I want
it
to be
is.
sure that we get to mention everybody on our sheet here. This is Barron County Adult Day Health Care, or rather Adult Daycare. For a brighter solution, contact Barron County Adult Daycare, a wonderful solution for persons who have physical problems, chronic illness, Alzheimer's disease, or other dementia problems. Located at 109 Myrtle Street. Happy holidays from Renee Crow, Daryl Crow, Crystal Prophet, Wyatt Prophet. We also have Tanya Sherfy, Matt Huffer, Mary Rice, Becky Cherry, and everybody at the Barron County Adult
They're
Care.
followed by the Shootman Wrecker Service, and Shootman is owned and operated by Robert and Nell Shootman, located on Reynolds Road. They do light mechanical work as well as 24-hour wrecker service. So their unit is the newest of 6 and is a 1999 International 4700 Series wrecker.
And here's the Beaver Buggy, sponsored by Beaver 96.7 WBBR. It's the Beaver Buggy from your station for genuine country, 96.7, the Beaver. That is one yellow vehicle.
It's very easy to spot. Number 73 tonight is Chris's Window Tint, sponsored by Chris R. Jones. And Chris and Mike wish all of you a Merry Christmas and ask you to stop by and see their full line of automotive accessories.
Napa Auto Parts is unit number 74 in the parade, a very nice looking unit that looked like somebody spent a lot of time on, sponsored by Napa. Here comes the Napa Auto Parts entry, sporting the blue and gold colors of Napa. Napa is the oldest and largest auto parts chain in America. The truck is trimmed in lights, garland, and bows. In the back are 2 friendly Napa elves, it says here. Go see the helpful guys for all your automotive needs, driven by Raymond Eaton along with Ruby Eatman, Napa Auto Parts.
That's a very cool car. Next we have Scooby Power Racing, sponsored by Daryl, Sherry, and Michaela Glass, who just want to wish everyone a safe and happy holiday season and ask you to remember Jesus is the reason for the season.
Unit number 75 from Scooby Power Racing. I wish we...
think
that which is coming up right now. I wish we knew. Could we know how many hours? Could we ever know how many hours went into putting this together? And could we ever know how many people come out and line the streets of Glasgow for the parade?
I wish I did know when they started working on these things, because some of these floats are so elaborate. You know, it takes 2 or 3 months to
just to plan them out.
And they may start after tonight, planning out next year's thought.
While they have the wagon hooked up, let's just strip it down and
start thinking in terms
over.
of doing it all over.
Next we have, let's see, I believe this is Better Sanitation Service, sponsored by David Reed. Better Sanitation Service has been in South Central Kentucky for over 50 years. Fast and dependable service, guaranteed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Unit is 92 Cadillac Sedan DeVille, driven by Faye Houchins and accompanied by Angela Beatty. Also, they wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year at Better Sanitation Service.
You mentioned the Beaver Buggy being yellow. That's
blue.
Quite a blue
Yes, it is.
tank right there. Next, we're looking at Little Rascals Daycare and the Fix-It Guy. The sponsors of this unit want to take the opportunity to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And they also have the inflatable snowman, who's been very popular tonight. It looks like she's wearing some sort of a skirt there.
I believe that's right.
Kind of a different attire for the snowman.
Family Home Health is our next entry. Sponsors, employees of Family Home Health want to wish you a Merry Christmas. And in the back of the truck, they're having April Shive, Chase Shive, Tanya Wright, Kalia Wright, Tom Glab, and Bo Glab sending greetings for the holiday season. This is all a part of the Family Home Health Unit.
Now we're looking at Sharp Bedding Company Incorporated. This is a family-owned and operated business since 1949. They say, come in and watch your mattress being made. The truck is this year's Kentucky Truck Pulling Association Points Champion. That's impressive.
Chad Sharp, Sherry Sharp Busing, Katie Busing, Jill Underwood, John Houchin, and Charles Sharp wishing you happy holidays.
Next, we see 103.7 The Point from Commonwealth Broadcasting. The Point is your home for classic rock and the best new rock. They say happy holidays from Southern Kentucky's rock station, 103.7 The Point.
Unit number 81 is Scott Market. Number 62, sponsors of the Consumer Gasoline Incorporated, employees of Scott Market, riding in the red pickup truck, driven by Don Nichols, and with Don are Andrew Nichols, Anita Edmonds, Danny Decker, Fanny Basil, Todd Porch, and Tanya Weaver, wishing you a happy holiday season. Next, we have a unit that I'm quite proud of. The staff of WCLU worked, I tell you, I don't know how many hours they came up with this idea. I'm so tickled with the Light is On in the Highlands from Light 102.3. There's Jessica Smith up there, and Joe Myers, and Jenny Klein, and Dawn Darnell, and Jason Thomas, and Nellie Pickett. And there is Sarah McCown. It's all being driven by our own Gary Pierce. And that's the tower.
That is a nice tower. I love that.
That's right. Our tower is beaming the light all throughout the Highlands. That's right.
You all were turned into a bunch of electricians for us several weeks ago.
That's right. That's right.
Let's listen to the Glasgow Middle School Marching Band.
The middle school has 130 members, directed by Mr. Stephen Keys and Mr. Greg Stepp at GMS. We are moving very quickly into the school or group units. This is the, if my notes are right here, look at this. The first place entry, the Monster of a Highland Holiday. That looks a lot like the Loch Ness Monster.
This is also the Grand Marshal Award, so clearly Doug Stone was impressed with this float. This unit is sponsored by Barron County Area Technology Center. And as you said, the famous Loch Barron Monster and some of his friends are bringing Christmas wishes to Glasgow, Kentucky. This was designed and built by students at the Technology Center, I should say.
They had a ball doing that too. The fire-breathing dragon.
You know they're
the
proud.
Loch Ness Monster. The Loch Barron Monster, actually.
Very much so.
Down at the Highland Games this year, they call him Barry for short.
Yes, sir.
The Barron County High School and Middle School Junior Guard, an elite group of young men and women who hold themselves to very high standards and wear the U.S. uniform proudly, taught many things in the Junior Guard for Barron County High School and Barron County Middle School as well. Among them, team building and respect and dependability and honor and patriotism, valor, responsibility, and pride. And they are working very hard indeed.
And believe it or not, those are our only two entries in the school or school group category. So we're moving now into the club or organization category, and we're going to start with the third place winner, which is the Mammoth Cave Farm Safety Just for Kids. This unit is sponsored by that very organization and features reindeer and a sleigh filled with packages in Highland theme. Farm Safety Just for Kids organization in Barron and surrounding counties works to promote a safe farm environment to prevent injuries and fatalities to children. Riding in the unit are Carrie Burton and Jamie and Elizabeth Wood.
Yes, indeed. The third place winner of the club or organization, Mammoth Cave Farm Safety Just for Kids. They're very active in our community, and we're very
worthwhile.
Yes, no question about it. They do a lot of things. We read a lot about them on the radio about different activities they have going on for sure. Number 88 is the Haywood Volunteer Fire Department, sponsored by the Haywood Volunteer Fire Department. Features a brush truck with a hazmat trailer that's used for hazardous material spills. We don't like to have those hazardous material spills around here, but it's nice to know that when we do, we have folks who are trained and the equipment. Our volunteer fire departments certainly work hard with training. They take their job seriously, and we're very, very pleased and very fortunate to have such good volunteer fire departments.
And they're ready to go at all times, whether or not it's a holiday, an overnight, they get up and go, and we very much appreciate that.
Next we have a unit, I believe this is unit number 89, which is the Special Olympics for Area 5, sponsored by Margaret Staples at the Bowling Green Adult Athletic Club, and Special Olympics volunteers and athletes. They compete all year in a variety of sports and social events. It was the winner back in 1999 of the World Games, and second place winners for Kentucky. Merry Christmas from, let's see, who all's in there? Margaret and Hannah Staples, Sissy, Kelly, Rob, Taylor, Trent, Stoney, Tony, Willie, Dwayne, and Frank, volunteers.
And there we see TPA in the Highlands, sponsored by TPA Post B, featuring a Christmas tree decorated in the tartan theme with a Celtic cross and sheep from the Highlands.
Yes, that's right. The sheep are a vital part of the Highlands.
Definitely.
Rescue 64, sponsored by the Austin Tracy Volunteer Fire Department, featuring a 2001 brush and rescue truck. Responsible to 90% of the runs by the Austin Tracy VFD. 240 gallons of water it can carry and can pump it out at 350 gallons per minute if necessary.
That's quite impressive.
Another one we're very
indeed.
proud of. Austin Tracy Volunteer Fire Department. Rescue number 64.
Now we're already up to number 93 in this parade, moving along very well tonight. Celebrating the holidays through 4-H. This is sponsored by the Barron County 4-H. And they believe in the involvement of youth in the community. Their entry, including the 4-H mascot Clover Cat, are celebrating the holidays by wishing all of you all a happy holiday season. Riding in the unit are Paula Terry, Gail Kinslow, Bud Terry, and Teresa Davis.
And certainly we have a very, very active and large 4-H club here in Barron County, and work very hard to keep the tradition alive. We also have another granny. We had two grannies in here.
Two grannies,
This
that's
is
right.
the Cave City Fire Department's granny, which is a 1946 engine pumper. It says here, even at its age, it still works as good as the new ones and retains its original tires. Can you believe that?
Oh, wow.
And I believe that was Jason Middleton and Matthew Harper from the Cave City Volunteer Fire Department in that unit.
And
The
they're followed by Engine 12, sponsored by the Cave City Fire Department. This is the frontline pumper for all city structure fires and wrecks, and they provide assistance to surrounding area fire departments, carrying 1,000 gallons of water.
Adam Malden, Troy Hogan, and Robert Page are on engine number 12 there, wishing you a very Merry Christmas. And then, of course, it looks like the Chief's car there is in the back as well. Cave City Fire Chief, which is Kenneth Molden, and also Debbie Hilbert and Amanda Hilbert and Chris are all in there as well. We have now and you know they had to be in this one for sure, the Glasgow Highland Games. The Glasgow Highland Games wishing everyone in the Glasgow and Barron County area happy holidays in the Highlands. And Philip Johnson, who is very actively involved in the Highland Games, is there. Some of the authentic Highland costume and some of the authentic Highlands wear is there on that particular unit.
Very much.
From the folks who stage it every year for us here.
Yes, very much associated with Glasgow's history. Next we have engine number 10. This is the East Barron Volunteer Fire Department with 21 members, including firefighters, EMTs, and paramedics. They have this engine number 10 as one of the department's 6 trucks. Chief Steve Hodges and Assistant Chief Frankie Pace, along with the rest of the department, wishes everyone a safe and happy holiday. And I should mention that the passenger on board won the coloring contest from Eastern Elementary.
And a big congratulations, and probably having a big time riding there tonight. The Glasgow Kiwanis Club is the next entry, number 101, We Build. The Kiwanis Club supports all of these various things. If you look on the float, you can see the Girl Scouts, GMS Academic Team, Boy Scouts, American Heart Association, and many others are supported by the Glasgow Kiwanis organization. It's a very fine organization with a lot of tradition. And next we have, who is this? Next right here. That's
Glasgow Kiwanis
That's still
Club.
the Kiwanis, isn't it? And there's Berlin Roy there from Best Buy Auto. That's what threw me off there. I want to make sure we're still in order there. A lot of Kiwanians there having a big time tonight.
That's right, and they're followed by Munfordville Volunteer Fire Department, driven by Lieutenant Fireman Jonathan Schneider.
And the Munfordville Fire Department unit number 103 has a fireman Sean Norris. This truck is named Bubbles. Has 250-gallon foam tanks.
Wow.
Merry Christmas from Bubbles and everybody at the Munfordville Fire Department.
Absolutely. Next we have Brandon Good. This unit is sponsored by B&B Automotive Customs. They install speakers, amps, many varieties of audio systems, lights, and will even tint your windows. The unit is driven by Brandon Good, club owner.
Got some more firefighting equipment coming down the parade route here. Engine 106, sponsored by the South Barron Volunteer Fire Department. Engine 85 has served the Southern Barron County community since 1984. Fire truck consists of 2 pumpers, 2 tankers, and a brush truck and a rescue truck. And we might be having a cappella version sung live of that young lady right there of Silent Night.
Okay. That's how that works. She's just using the speaker.
That's right. And right on key, I might add.
She's pretty good, absolutely. Next we have the Barren River Cloggers, sponsored by Ben and Elmer Tractor Company. This is always so fun to watch. They dance to bluegrass, country, and rock and roll music. They attend festivals in several of the neighboring communities. They dance at several nursing homes and assisted living facilities. The members range in age from 6 to 60, and they say happy holidays to everyone.
You know, clogging standing still would be one challenge, but clogging on the back of a float riding down a parade route would have to be, you would have to be quite the professional clogger to do that. These young folks and everybody involved certainly are indeed, Amy.
And they always look like they're having so much fun. I wish I could do that. That just looks like a great time.
The Barren River Cloggers.
I remember them every year. They always have the big flatbed wagon, and they just get out there and do their thing.
And do it well.
And do it very well, that's right. I'm sure they appreciate Ben and Elmer Tractors sponsoring them every year. Next we have the Glasgow Senior Center, sponsored by Community Action of Southern Kentucky. This is open to all individuals 60 and older, and they're open 8:30 to 2:30 weekdays with weekly shopping trips, holiday parties, and other activities planned.
Riding in the unit are Tom Hayes, Peggy Hurt, Willie Jones, Lorene Troxel, also Dee Hoffer, Ellen Burks, Freddie Woolridge, Mike Houchins, Gladys Morrison, Deborah McKinney, and Aline Chambers. And the Temple Hill Fire Department brings them right up there as well with protecting 5,000 people living in a 36 square mile area at the Temple Hill Fire Department. Tony Ritchie is the fire chief, as well as Assistant Chiefs Kerry Prophet and Barry Dunbar, and Steve Buckley was driving that particular truck. And the Temple Hill Ladies Auxiliary of the Fire Department with 25 active members in the Ladies Auxiliary as well.
That's right, and coming up next on the program is a second place winner, and this is quite elaborate as you wait for it to enter the picture here. We've got The Future of the Highlands is Our Children. Now this is sponsored by CASA of Barron County. This is of course court-appointed special advocates, and it's a new program for Barron and Metcalfe counties. We've had it in Warren County.
Yes.
They recruit, screen, train, and supervise community volunteers who are later appointed to work with abused and neglected children through the court system. Now, students at the vocational and high schools built this beautiful 2-story playhouse, and it will be raffled off. So someone is going to be very, very fortunate, because this is a huge, huge playhouse. Now, the winning ticket will be drawn on December 23rd on WBKO at midday. December 23rd. CASA volunteers are walking beside the float selling the tickets, and the playhouse is so impressive, they are sure everyone will want to buy their tickets as soon as possible to help support this worthy cause.
This is the cat's meow of playhouses.
Can you imagine? You could furnish that thing and just move in.
If your spouse kicked you out of the house for a day or two,
you could
go to the playhouse and probably wouldn't be much of a sentence.
No, it would be fine, probably. They are followed by the Barron County Relay for Life Committee, and they are sponsored by Signs by Becky. They will hold their relay May 7th and 8th at the Glasgow High School football field.
We have a fabulous Relay for Life in this community, thanks to the hard work of an awful lot of folks here. And certainly, if you want to form a team, you can call Sue Morgan tonight if you want to at 651-7505. We have the Active Adults Club coming up next. This unit is sponsored by Beta Gibson Buick Pontiac GMC. The Active Adults Club is a group of adults to meet monthly to eat out and enjoy visiting interesting places. You can join by contacting any club member. There's no charge to be in the club. Just a lot of fun is all you got to want to do. Come on by and talk to Pearl Lewis, Joanne Thomas, Ernie Boston, Norma Lyons, Nettie Ellis, Carol McCready, Joyce Butler, Jeanette Norman, Catherine Arden, Vernie Anderson, Wanda Green, Dorothy Thumb, Catherine Witcher, Bernice Williams, Jane Garrett, Larry Meredith, Jane Meredith, Ruth Harvey, and Alonzo Webb, all members of the Active Adults Club.
Now, following them, you all just saw a whole bunch of cheerleaders go by. They are the Youth All-Star Competition cheerleaders, sponsored by the Family Tradition Housing, and they are young ladies from Barron and surrounding counties.
They're coached by Jamie Bewley, who comes from a long line of cheerleading coaches, and 48 children and 10 parents are walking with them. And then the Park City Fire Department came right behind them, Amy. Volunteer firemen Dwayne Collier, Jason Poole, and Terry Conwell and Charles Eatman Jr. are riding on unit number 22. And, they get called out a lot for the tragic things that happen along I-65.
Oh, yes.
Usually Park City Fire Department's one of the early responders. So they have to be, always in tune and ready to roll. And they get called out a lot there.
They definitely stay busy with that area. Next we have the AARP Chapter 4219, sponsored by Glasgow, Barron County AARP. This is America's largest membership organization for persons age 50 and older. They meet monthly except December on the fourth Monday at 1 p.m. at the Lyra B. Mitchell Center. They say join them for community service, fellowship, and refreshments.
Now the Highland Holiday Express, the first place winner, sponsored by the Mud Lick Volunteer Fire Department. This unit is the Highland Holiday Express, featuring multiple characters riding a happy holiday train into a Christmas wonderland. The Mud Lick Volunteer Fire Department wishes everybody a safe and joyous holiday season. And that is certainly, as you look at it, very worthy of the first place honor which it has received.
And I know you have a son, and my 3-year-old son is fascinated with trains. He's just unbelievably attached, so he would love to see that tonight.
Indeed. This is the Diesel Club. Coming up next, 11 Dodge and Ford trucks from Barron County's Diesel Club. These trucks are modified. Some of the most powerful in Barron County are used on the farm for hauling livestock, moving equipment. The trucks are being driven by Joey Bartley, Marcus Thurman, Bradley Decker, John Ross, Bo Lane, Ori Wood, Anthony Spanky Thomas, Dusty Gossett, and Bo Tabor, pulling a Grandview welding flatbed trailer. Tyler Bryant and Matt Buchanan, a bunch of gentlemen who really are proud of their trucks and take care of those big diesel trucks.
They're pretty loud machines too.
Hard-working machines for sure, Amy.
Yeah. They've got several units in the parade tonight. Well, you said 11. There's 11 of them, Dodge and Ford.
Again, we want to thank Herbert and Pack. They give us the warm facility to warm up and to review all of our notes. Also, Green River Rentals providing some of the hoisting equipment here for the cameras tonight. And Glasgow Flower Shop providing the beautiful wreath that's right behind us here, Amy.
And if I don't have a chance later, I just want to say right now a huge thank you to Billy Ray and his wife Mary, Sheila Hogue, Chappie, Dave, Bill, everyone that's out here. The crew is just exceptional here every year. Henry, thanks to you for working with me. This is always such a fun event for me, and every year they just crank it up a notch with the, they built us a set, and they always have the nice hospitality for us. And
this year it was the insulated mugs.
The insulated mugs, and you know what else is this year I got a premier parking space right next to our set here, so that was really exciting for me.
You did good, Amy.
Because this crowd just, this is such a huge parade, and the crowd is so great tonight because, we were anticipating rain, possibly snow, and we haven't had anything like that today. In fact, the sun came out this afternoon, which was exciting.
It was nice to see. We also, over the years have had things like torrential and windstorms and things of that nature.
And the show goes on.
It never dampens the spirit of the crowd who lines the street for this parade.
I can remember a pouring down rain parade and these floats just going by as quick as they could, and everybody kept going.
Well, the Diesels have made their way through, and now we're into the Misfits Motorcycle Club, Amy. They're a group of individuals who have absolutely nothing in common except for the love of motorcycles. They range in age from 19 to 31. Their occupations vary from student to factory worker to teacher. And it says here, if we can't get to the Highlands by reindeer, we'll be the backup crew when it comes to picking up Santa Claus. Tim Myers and Sherry Myers, Josh Kingery, Robert Price, Kira Keeney, T.E. Hicks, J.J. Trevor, Alan Kingery, and Josh Gentry, some of the members of the Misfits Motorcycle Club.
Now we're going to have some loud and proud car and truck clubbers coming through. We've got this year the Highlands Club president, Jason Heller, celebrating the holidays in his custom 1988 S10 Blazer, decorated with Christmas lights, garland, and a nice big bow on the front grille. Jason is joined by his wife, Tabitha Heller.
And then we have Rondell Staten, who's the club vice president, riding with Ronald in the 96 Gallant, is his son, Trey. The car is decorated with a bow and the grill and the Christmas lights on the car to be to complete the holiday look. Trey has said that he was looking forward to being in the parade this year because he had so much fun last year.
Well,
which is a good reason for coming back.
It looks
That's
like
why
a lot of
everybody
fun.
keeps coming
That's
back.
right. That's right. They love to see all the people out here, and all the kids have their bags out now. It looks like somebody has distributed those. Let's see. Coming up next, we're going to have Loud and Proud Car and Truck Club. Riding in an entry is the club's secretary coming up.
Let me tell you about this one right here. I wish we had a way to get inside and look at this one because Amy, this particular vehicle right here has it's a black Yukon and it has 3 TVs.
Oh my!
1 in the dash, 2 in the headrests. It also has wheels with 22-inch rims, and everything about it is fully customized. We have Tommy Burris in there and Henry Hill and Trayvon Burris all riding in there as well. 3 TVs.
How do you keep from wrecking is what I want to know. How do you
got to
keep your
pay
mind
attention
on
to what you're doing.
This is the 3rd degree of Western Kentucky. Several units from this organization that's nonprofit. They originated in Bowling Green. It's comprised of 30 automobiles from Louisville to Cadiz. These individuals lend a hand at car and truck shows across the country, in addition to organizing fundraisers to assist their organizations. Club members with us tonight include Wesley Yules, Ben McCoy, Joe Moore Jr., Travis Wooldridge, Jeff McAdoo, Chad Haley, Brandy Martin, Eddie McCoy, Joe, Bud Frazier, and Jimmy.
And you know, they really kind of have a good time there. They just let the air out of that truck. That truck was jacked up, and then for the benefit of the crowd, they kind of lowered it there.
Yeah.
One of those cool little features that they put together.
I've not heard of this before, this 3rd degree of Western Kentucky, but it is a fairly new group.
Obviously, they have a good turnout for their first parade. This is their first year in the parade here.
That's right. That's right. They do have a great participation rate.
Each year we seem to have a few new entries, maybe a few drop off, but then a few different folks come in and
fill in the gaps.
A lot of different categories are better represented. And next we have the Bowling Green Shrine Prowlers. Now you talk about some guys having some fun.
We saw them in Bowling Green this morning and just laughed. If you've ever thought about grown men acting like children, this is all in a good way, though.
They probably try to get as many parades in each Saturday like this as they can. Their temple is located at Madisonville, Kentucky. This is a 6-year-old unit, the Prowler unit. They travel to 12 to 15 parades per year, as well as other places that they're needed for the kids, it says here. Members here tonight are Dewey Simmons, James Thomas, Myron Berry, and Tim Denton. And they are, yes, having a big time, just like the people from the Corsair Shrine that are coming up, Amy.
Yes, these are the Shrine Club. It's a multiple unit entry, including a rotating fez, which is a symbol of the Corsair Shrine of Kentucky. It travels over 8,000 miles each year to parades and other functions. It has 702 blinking lights. You can either count them or take our word for it.
I knew that was coming. We just got confetti.
Yes, we did.
It says here they're riding up on their souped-up lawnmowers along with some up-and-coming clowns. And they have the float. And they have a lot of Shriners there as well. And they have Scimitar, a nationally recognized symbol of the nationwide shrine. The Scimitar travels over 6,000 miles per year throughout Kentucky to parades and other functions. And then I understand, according to the notes here, we're going to have some dune buggies coming up here in just a second.
Oh, yes, sir.
They have it all. These buggies here have traveled from Louisville to begin the parade as well. The Barron County Middle School 8th grade band is now walking in front of the reviewing stand here, directed by Monica Oleger Crowder. Also, assistant director is Andrew Porter. 58 band members having a big time in the parade tonight. They just received a distinguished rating at the Kentucky Music Educators Concert Band Festival, KMEA In-Service Conference performance in February, the best overall concert band and jazz band at the Music in the Parks Festival in 2001, and distinguished rating at the KMEA Concert Band Festival. They've done that every year since 2003.
You can see how their instruments are decorated too when they pause in front of us.
The music of the Barron County Middle School 8th grade band, and certainly some fine musicians, and the band program and the Barron County school system is certainly doing quite well with these young ones coming up.
Definitely, and here's the COSAIR Charities van, and they're sort of separated from the rest of the crew, but not too far away.
And then we have the family and individual group coming up, and we have the first unit is also the first place unit. This is Highland Express. It's the Chapman family. All aboard for a Christmas trip to the Highlands on the Highland Express, built by Red Chapman. It took 10 months. There you go. 10 months to build this unit. The train and the caboose includes over 10,000 lights. The engineer is Roy Chapman. Conductors are Red Chapman and Mamie Flowers. And the passengers are Edna and Jamie Chapman, Erica and Lucas Carmichael, Alice and Whitney Phelps, Betty Vibber, Annie Mook, Megan Smith, Jeremiah and Amber Butler, Sammy and Serena King, Kayla York, Jordan Tyler, and Cheryl Crane. And walking with the units are Bradley, James, and Kenneth Smith.
They did a fantastic job. There we see Brad and Tammy Hessen. They were scheduled to be in last year's parade, but they were unable to participate, and here's why. The birth of their first child, Caitlin Nicole Hessen. She was born December 7th, 2002 at 10:22 p.m. Congratulations.
About an hour after last year's parade.
I think so. So no, she couldn't make it that night. In 2001, that truck was black and white, by the way. Now the only thing that is the same are the flashing lights. And riding with Brad and Tammy, as you might expect, was Caitlin, or actually Caitlin, I should say, was watching in the crowd with her grandparents.
Well,
she's about to have a birthday tomorrow, so happy
parade
birthday.
gal,
Yes, she is. Next we have WJC Farms, sponsored by Wayne Pettigo and Julie Burge. This unit is a black 2002 crew cab Ford, Julie pulling a 25-foot trailer with a 1952 Super A Farmall and a 1952 Case VAC tractor. Riding in the unit are Wayne Pettigo, Julie, Brandy, and Brianna Burge.
Those are some very fine looking, well restored and well taken care of old tractors on that unit there, Amy. Unit number 130 is Mark and Sharon Lyle, wishing everybody a Merry Christmas in a beautiful 1957 classic collectible two-door post Bel Air Chevy. What a fine car that is, and congratulations to Mark Lyle and Sharon for doing such a good job of restoring that vehicle. That was the car to have when I was a young kid, to get an old 57 Chevy.
Oh, they're famous for sure. Next we see the 1997 Cavalier, and this is actually the third place winner in this division, sponsored by the Hart family. This Cavalier two-door has spoiler sports wheels and a design down the side. The car is red with black inside and has red under the car neon lights.
Unit number 132 is Rockin' Little Christmas with the Slayton family, sponsored by Larry's Upholstery. The Slayton unit has a white 90 Chevy pickup driven by Danny Slayton, followed by all the Slayton rockers who are rocking and rolling in the Christmas spirit and hoping that everyone has a rocking little Christmas this year. I hear Brenda Lee in the background on the float singing Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. Rockers include Barbara Slayton, Charity Holly, and Lori Slayton. A rocking little Christmas courtesy of all the Slayton family. This is a neat division, the family division, because one thing about the holidays is to bring families closer together and to celebrate family, and certainly getting together as a family to put a unit in the fold is a nice way to go about preparing for the holidays.
I'm sure they have a lot of fun working on this project. This is Frankie Johnson on a 1955 model 49W, owned by Frankie Johnson, who's from Hardyville, by the way. It was restored by Frankie over a 6-month period, and I think he was eager to show it off tonight.
He's got that familiar, that putt-putt, the old John Deere cough, as they used to call it.
Yep.
Here we have Linda Steenbergen, chauffeured in the holiday season by Mitchell Ellis in a 55. Is that the 55?
Actually, this is the Chevy Bel Air convertible, sponsored by Kenny Bush.
All right, yeah, that is Kenny Bush's 55. We're a little out of whack here.
Yeah.
Anyway, that 55, though, has a 355 cubic engine and a 3-speed transmission and factory power steering, painted in 1985. We have the Lowrider Christmas Express as well, sponsored by Affordable Tree Service. It's an 85 S10 Lowrider delivering packages to the little boys and girls. In the truck are James Slayton and Mitchell Holly. Now we see the John Deere Tartan, sponsored by Glasgow Welding Company.
This entry is a 1967 John Deere 4020 pulling a wagon decorated for Christmas in the Highlands. On the wagon is a 1966 John Deere 110 riding mower.
Here's a 57 Chevy convertible. Now those are pretty rare indeed, and look at that, all looks original right there. This is sponsored by James Johnson. It's a 57 red Chevy with a white convertible top. Restoration of this car took about 3 years.
Wow.
It's equipped with a Continental kit, formerly known as a Lincoln kit. That's an inside joke.
Yes.
It's a Continental kit, and we know exactly what that is. A wheel cover on the trunk containing a spare tire.
That's
Spinner
right.
hubcaps and a fender skirt. The owner is James Johnson, and he is driving a sharp vehicle indeed.
Yes. Now you're looking at a second place winner, Christmas all around, holiday with the Houghton's family. The Houghton's family is enjoying their 12th year of participation, just like me, in the parade, and they want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
They have folks like Tammy Justice, Corey and Austin Shamil, Amanda Wilson, Louise Eugene, Donnie, Penny, Misty and Mandy Houchins, Bryant Wilson, Brandon and Ashley Patrick, Adam Froggett, Christopher Justice, and a whole lot more. We are moving into the church category now, Amy. The Christmas Castle, sponsored by Fields Lawn Care, is up next. The Upper Room Harvest Church, introducing an inside-outside view of the Scottish Christmas. Inside, there's a view of Grandma sharing the story of the birth of Christ and the true meaning of Christmas. While outside, there is a fun-filled winter scene. Individuals on the unit are Mike, Leslie, and Mariah Smith, Caleb Belcher, also Brian Kirby, Brandon Smith, and Scott and Tina Reynolds, Pearl Fields, Alan and Kim Sanders, Chris Spivey, James and Linda Sanders, Jessica and Chelsea Reynolds, and Lita, Hazel Dustin, and David Klein, and Corey Thomas. That is a Christmas Castle, number 141. Nice job on that indeed, for sure.
We're moving into the home stretch here.
Yes.
In the church or church group, as you said, we just started. We're about to see entry number 142 tonight, which is also a prize winner. This is the second place winner. It's called Jesus' Invitation to the Highland, sponsored by Slick Rock Non-Denominational Church. The float is depicting an invitation to Jesus' Highlands that he made 2,000 years ago. 3 scenes show Jesus' birth, the crucifixion where his invitation was made, and a heaven scene, which is his Highland. Nice job.
Slick Rock Church did a very nice job on that as well, and a second place award certainly deserving. Unit number 143 is Holy Day in the Highlands, sponsored by the Bon Air Missionary Baptist Church. Holiday or Holy Day in the Highlands. Bon Air's entry is a float with a play on words expressing the holiness of the holiday in the lowlands as well as in the highlands. This float depicts Christ in the lowlands and shows how man can attain the higher land through him. Riding the unit are members of the Bon Air Sunday School and friends. They did a good job. I know they had a lot of fun working on that and a very creative play on words.
Yes, Holiday, H-O-L-Y-D-A-Y. That's very nice.
Unit number 144 is a Thrill of Hope, sponsored by the Glenview Christian Church. You know, for the past 18 years, the Glenview Christian Church's worship choir has presented their Christmas living Christmas tree.
I think we are 1 unit ahead. This
Oh, we
is
are?
actually, this is Holiday in the Highlands.
Well, we'll just wait and enjoy this. I've described it to you. Let's just sit back and look.
Yeah, you told them all about it. Now they can take it all in. That's nice artwork on the side.
No question about it.
Now we have a Thrill of Hope, as you were talking about.
You know, they do a fabulous job for the living Christmas tree. This is the 18th year that the Glenview Christian Church is doing this. This year, the theme for their float is a Thrill of Hope, described of the birth of Jesus almost 2,000 years ago, as well as a Thrill of Hope around the globe.
And they're followed by the Greater Vision Baptist Church. This is called From Our House to Yours. Children from Glasgow, Kentucky to Glasgow, Scotland celebrate the joy of the holidays. Across the world, the Christmas theme still remains love, joy, and peace. Riding on the float are youth from the Greater Vision Baptist Church.
Unit number 147 is about to make its way in front of the reviewing stand, Amy. We're like I say, we're moving along at a pretty good clip here this evening.
We
and
are.
Certainly, you know, it's amazing how smooth the parade has been. We haven't any long gaps at all through here. And
We need to give some props to all the organizers who make this happen, because they keep things on like a tight, well-oiled machine, don't you think?
This is Peace, and yes, you're right. This is Peace in the Highlands from the Glasgow Wesleyan Church. The unit features a sleigh with a Christmas tree surrounded by family and a picture of Christ watching over in the colors of Scotty Highland blue and white. Peace in the Highlands, a very nice unit from the Glasgow Wesleyan Church. And we had some beautiful music I can hear in the background making its way up to the square.
This is also going to be a third place float you're about to see. It's called Sticking with Him for Christmas in the Highlands. This is the Horse Cave Baptist Church Stick Ministry presenting The Little Drummer Boy. This is very precious. The Stick Ministry consists of young adults who use dowel rods and movements similar to sign language. The actions are set in motion to Christian music. Their purpose is to minister to the lost with an alternative worship experience, as well as encourage and revitalize the believer. It's very powerful.
You know they had to have a good time putting that together and a whole lot of hours spent. These, the float making process just can't slap one together. You got to think it through.
Yes,
you have to have some folks who are
lots of people
creative.
that volunteer.
You have to have the creative department and the mechanical department all thinking
all
about
working together.
How this is all going to come to pass. Another special character float here in support of these special characters from Goodman Automotive. And then we have Loving Springs Baptist Church. Riding on the unit are Kendra France, Roderick Bush, Trey Borge, Demetra Borge, Lisa Shirley, Audra Shirley, Chiquita Britt, Linda Britt, Martha Sales, Seth Sales, Kia Sales, Kelly Campbell, Angela Campbell, Akeisha Forrest, Jessica Forrest, DJ Forrest. Also, we have Sean Sales, Michael Campbell, Crystal Hardiman, Balin Wardlow, Mary Campbell, and Lester Johnson, and Morris Campbell, and Jane Garvin. That float is full.
You know, they made the use of the CH-CH, what's missing, you are. I see that all the time on different signage outside churches.
Very creative there. And that unit was from the Loving Springs Baptist Church. It's nice to have them in the 2003 Glasgow Barron County Community Christmas Parade.
I guess we're saving the best for last in this division because we're about to see the first place winner and the Eddie McDonald Award winner. And you can talk a little bit about that.
Mr. Eddie McDonald was a fine gentleman who was very involved in this Christmas parade for a number of years. If you had a question about the Christmas parade, you'd find Mr. Eddie. If you needed something taken care of about the Christmas parade, he was the man to find. He was the first man on the scene at all of the committee meetings, and Eddie certainly was a fine gentleman, and it's nice to have an award named in his honor because of what he meant over the years to the Glasgow Christmas parade.
Well, let's take a look at this. It's called Highland Fun for Everyone, sponsored by the Columbia Avenue Church of Christ. The focal point for the float is the most recognizable and talked about creature from Scotland. We've seen him earlier tonight, the Loch Ness Monster. Nessie, as the creature is affectionately known, has decided to make an appearance during the holiday season by popping in on a group of skaters. Nessie is in a good mood, and as the people skate circles around her, she moves her head in delight as smoke is exhaled from her nose. Now that is a trick that I don't even begin to know how they accomplished.
They had lots of smart folks working on it.
It says another interesting aspect of the float is the fact that the tractor pulling it is completely encased by foam board and made to look like an ancient Scottish church sitting atop the snow-covered Scottish Highlands. Wow.
Certainly deserving.
Unbelievable. Very nice job.
Highland Fun for Everyone, Columbia Avenue Church of Christ.
They've got the track lighting around the skating pond. They went all out.
Certainly.
I hope they're in more than just this parade.
Certainly effort by a lot of the church members there at Columbia Avenue.
And there you see the children of the Columbia Avenue Church, the children's float following. I'm sure they all had a hand in that production and are quite proud of it.
No question about it. Certainly a proud evening. A lot of the members of the church who are walking in the parade to make sure that that Nessie has a good ride and the children have a good time as well.
Probably very educational for them too, learning about, you have to research what you're going to replicate, so that's very, very good.
Up
now
next,
we're in the large business category.
That's right, and this is a first place winner in the large business category, sponsored by the T.J. Sampson Nursing Department. The nursing division float depicts nurses caring for broken toys in Santa's repair shop. Very creative indeed. Santa's nurses from TJ work diligently to get the toys ready for the good boys and girls before Christmas morning. Riding on the unit are Kimberly, Hogan, and a lot more of the staff there at TJ Sampson.
I see some of my co-workers going by from WBKO 13, and we have been bringing you the news for over 40 years on hometown television. We've got a new logo this year, new opens, new music, and there you see Shane Hollandy, John Hardison, and Darla Oglesby, and we've got other crews all over the state today. So
y'all just are all over the place today,
we
weren't
go
you?
as many as we can.
That buzz is the buzz of Busy the Bee, and his friends Sandy Ross and Waldine Settle from South Central Bank are wishing you a wonderful hometown Christmas. Busy the Bee, quite the buzz in the parade this
That's
year.
right. He was reminding us to check their website, which is www.southcentralbank.biz for all your online banking needs.
We have a second place float coming in front of us right now. This is Christmas Throughout South Central Land, sponsored by South Central Rural Telephone Cooperative Corporation. South Central Rural wishes everyone throughout South Central Land happy holidays. The float is snow covered with the Snowman family decked out in their tartan plaid and sleigh and reindeer too. Riding on the float are Chris Stone Rock, Tina Harlow, Kay Shipley, Jonathan Murphy, Bonnie Sherfy, Lisa Beatty, and director Stanley Greer and his wife Peggy are all on that float as well. And congratulations on the second place award for Christmas Throughout South Central Land.
Very well deserved too. And now we always have the Western Kentucky Coca-Cola float. It's one of the company's contour trailers pulled by one of the Coca-Cola pickups, followed by the newest model route truck. Employees are also hand delivering their newest 8-ounce style can. I know my daughter will step up to the plate to get one of those. They want to say thank you to all the customers and wish everyone a Merry, Merry Christmas.
You know, some of the
Some excited kids on board.
that's a traditional classic scene there of that Santa Claus holding the bottle of Coca-Cola. It's on
That image is very powerful, isn't it?
trays and advertisements for a great number of years.
Yes, Brooke got a Coke can, just like all the other kids right around this area.
There she is. She did a good job.
Gone in 10 minutes.
Next, we have the Barron County High School Band. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Wow.
There's one and there's two. Here you go.
Must have known we like Coke.
You can refill your mug now,
I
Amy.
can, thank you.
Next, we have the Barron County High School Band under the direction of Dr. Ken Crowder. Certainly a very fine band here in Southern Kentucky. Assistant band directors are Monica Crowder and Andrew Porter. The band has 42 members. The field commander is Elizabeth Metacostas. Auxiliary captain is Heather Fowler. They've received 5 first place awards at 2003 competitions. They were awarded Reserve Grand Champions at the Lake Cumberland Marching Invitational, West Region 1A champs, and received 8th place at the KMEA State Marching Finals. They have been the Kentucky State semifinalist 4 of the past 5 years.
They have some new hats.
Yes, they do.
Their uniforms look very nice.
Looking very sharp indeed. The Barron County High School Marching Band providing us with some holiday
Looks like
music.
they're getting excited. If you can believe it, we're really almost to the end of this parade. All we've got left after the truck that carries all the Barron County Trojan Band apparatus, we're going to be finishing up with the big man himself and all the postal carriers that are taking those letters from the children.
The big man is taking his time to get up through here because the big man's got lots of waving to do here indeed. And, one of the traditions of the parade is we have a very good community relationship with the United States Postal Service, and they are always in the parade to help pick up some of Santa's letters, and they'll have some postal workers right here walking across the route right now, picking up letters for to Santa Claus. And there's your daughter Brooke down there is going to get right out there and get hers turned in now. Better flag down a mailman right there. See if we see one. Here she comes right here.
Oh, good.
It's official now. Your letter is on its way.
Good. She's been worried about that letter, making it to the North Pole in time. And there he is, Santa Claus, and the parade theme winner, Megan Taylor, who came up with this wonderful theme this year.
That's right, Christmas in the Highlands. She is from Southgate Elementary. Megan is riding front and center with the jolly old elf himself. There's Donna Rich, one of the parade co-chairs, and certainly a mighty fine float, and I know that Megan is proud, and we're all proud of Megan for coming up with that theme. And, of course, wrapping up the end there, just in case they are needed, the Barron Metcalf Ambulance Service, which certainly is a vital part of keeping our community safe, just like the Glasgow Police Department is, as well as all of our Sheriff's Department and our volunteer fire department units. We had lots of constables in here tonight, and certainly you can see why we kind of think of it as a community parade.
It definitely is, and so family oriented, and I can't believe we've closed the book officially on the 2003 parade. And again, I can't thank the organizers enough. And who's the chairman this year?
Well, let's see. Gina Lyon is one of the chairmen, and there have been so many people. I got to tell you, it's been a flurry of activity over at the chamber office. I know our contact has been Gina Lyon, and there are others who have been involved. To say that any one person is responsible would be hard to say.
And just thank you to everybody that's involved in putting this parade on and getting us the information, and all the participants who also have to get us all this information to pass along to the viewers.
Isn't it amazing how, regardless of how many of these parades that we see and we go to, it still brings out the kid in you a little bit, doesn't it?
It's exciting.
Don't you get choked up when you see the big man coming up there at the end? And
that's what it's all about.
Right.
Jesus is the reason for the season, and families, and being together and doing events like this. So it does. And being a nighttime parade, we've talked about just what a special zip that puts into a parade itself.
Well, and we have the family division and all the church activities that we have represented here. Churches get together and do these floats and have these entries, as well as members of civic clubs and just car clubs, diesel clubs. They're all represented. So truly, our community of Glasgow and Barron County is represented here well tonight with this parade, and certainly it's another one in the record books, but certainly a fine one indeed, Amy.
It was very nice, and the floats just get bigger and better and more impressive every year, and thanks to Doug Stone for coming up from Tennessee to be a part of this, and I think he brought his daughter with him. I know a lot of people got to meet him, and he's, like you said, got a lot of hits on the radio over the years, so it's really neat over the years, all the notable people that have been Grand Marshal at this parade.
Gosh, we've had, television stars that were on, I was thinking the other day, the young child from, let's see.
From Home Improvement.
Home Improvement, that's
I met
right, has
him
grown up.
years ago. Oh,
right.
Yes, that was one of my first years doing this parade, and we've had Cheryl Swoops.
And we had Terry Wilcutt.
That's
and we've had, we had the headhunters, and we've had lots of folks here as Grand Marshals.
It's been really
the parade is certainly has a good reputation, and so it's pretty easy to get a good Grand Marshal.
Yes, it does.
And we're very tickled that you were able to join us again. I hope that we keep this tradition going, Amy.
I'd love to be invited back.
Be a part of the Glasgow Christmas Parade coverage, and certainly I want to wish for you and your family a very joyous holiday season, and look forward to working with you again next year, and hope you have a great ho ho ho.
You too, Henry, and thanks again to Billy Ray and his staff and his family for all the hospitality they provide for us, and look forward to 2004.
So live from downtown Glasgow, Kentucky, we've put another wrap on a very fine Christmas parade, the 2003 Glasgow Barron County Community Christmas Parade, and certainly glad to be with you, and we hope everyone has a joyous holiday season, and it continues in the Barrens and the Highlands here in southern Kentucky. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Have you or a loved one participated in a local event filmed by the Glasgow EPB? Maybe it was a school graduation, Little League championship, or a musical performance. These are all events that have recently been professionally captured on video by the EPB to be aired on Channel 6. The EPB archives contain community, school, and church events dating back to 1990 and can be purchased by anyone. DVDs are $13 and would make a great gift for family and friends while preserving a timeless memory of a special moment in one's life. Call to place your order today.